do here. And off we go.
Yes, and we do. So lots of Moltkas, lots of Ishizuchis, and that one random Wyoming. So it's going to take them time to maneuver to the start, right?
I wonder how many of these Molkas are watching your stream. They probably could have figured it out, though.
I wonder how many people... Oh, yeah, because everybody has to get to the starting line. So all of Team Red has to go up north.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oof.
They have to get to their starting lines. We'll see. And yeah. Miyogi is tier 4, Sheridan, not tier 3.
And of course, we
Mikasa
cannot
is the tech
see...
tree tier 2, or the premium.
Right, we cannot see the chats, so we will not be able to see when they signal when to start. And Pink Ranger is not here, so I'd imagine you guys have to have somebody on one of the teams, right, to organize this?
Yes. They have moderators that are also spectating with us.
Got a fair mix of flagged and
voice chat.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if they're communicating via voice, that's okay. Yep. Assuming everybody here is in voice. If not, that's an oof.
Got an interesting mix of flags and no flags.
No,
Mustang, green side.
Mustang says it'll take 30 minutes to get to the starting line. Perhaps.
And we got the traditional shoot the allied teammates with your guns because it doesn't matter in the red team.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of ships with no flags at all. I think some people forgot about that real crucial... Ah, here we go. Here's our first try hard.
I mean, 5%, remember, 5% speed boost, so 28 knots, 5% speed boost is 1.4 knots. That's not insignificant.
I see what you did there.
Really talk about is we didn't talk about the fact that turning circles are also kind of big.
He's in a stock Wyoming.
Hey, you know what? I want this man to make it through.
Well, there is some strategy if you hang in the back and then just let everybody else in the front go kill themselves.
I guess I want to see this man make it through. Yeah. I'm rooting for the old Texan.
Yep.
The turtle wins the race, right? That's a sentiment, right?
Yep, slow and steady.
Though, as one of my chat points out, the A-hole does have all the secondaries, so that could be a
calculated
choice there. Yeah, that could be a calculated choice there to make it easier for him to win.
Now, the speed flag will probably also help with acceleration, so it should help with coming through corners and around corners and stuff, too.
So if they started the race, because I see Demos moving forward, or nope, he's just waiting. Looks like people are getting into position.
Yeah, I think the rule is they have to,
So Leopard looks like he's going for an early start.
Yeah, they have to go and back their ship up against the island.
I was just going to say, is this like Fast and Furious when Paul Walker goes way too far over the line and has to reverse his ship and everyone just kind of shakes their heads at him?
And poor TNG. I mean, it looks like TNG, man, is turning it around because this is going to be one. So what is this? The goal is each team is competing against only its own team. The top 6 players on each team go through to the next round. However, you have the danger of you have another team racing the opposite way, and secondaries will start shooting each other. So you have to both survive and make it across, not getting rammed. Which could lead to some interesting things like, you could div up with some of your buddies, get into the same room, and say, hey, you know what? Let's split the pot. I'll take out the competition for you.
Oh, God. That's an interesting... That sounds dirty. I love it.
Poor Mr. Leopard here. Look at how far forward Leopard is from the rest of them as he's trying to back up.
Jeez.
I'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And I just put the little mini maps up on the screen there so people can see what the pathway is.
Let me come peek. How'd you do that one, good sir? Did you just put them in as an image?
Yeah. Well, no, not I should have done an image. That would have been too smart. That would have been way too smart. I put them in as a browser source.
Oh, did you just pull it straight from Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fancy.
Lazy.
It can be both. It can be both.
All right, now let's see who can squeeze in properly. And hats off to the Isuzuchi running the German flag, by the way. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
Which chat did you put those things in again? Because I will throw them in here.
Minigame announcements is where they have the maps posted.
Thank you very much. We will throw those in there so people can pay attention.
Prize for first person in position, advancing to the next round.
That would be fun.
Because there really is
Shug
nothing.
Is gonna be the one that's the holdup here. He false started.
Ooh. Well, Leopard is Leopard even backed up yet successfully?
I need a picture of this.
Yeah, he did.
I need a screenshot of this once they all line up. This is awesome.
It really is. I'm just getting my repost green and red up onto my screen.
I think the rule that the mods are telling them is they have to actively be backing up, so they have to see the smoke going straight up before they let them go.
Ah, smart.
Yeah. So people can't kind of like pregame, you know. Got the engines revving.
Right.
All right, we're just about ready to start off here.
Let's go get the other side. I don't like this side as much. The shadow's not so good, but whatever. I'll take the screenshot. And they're off!
Oh, that's it.
There we
They're
go.
off.
Yeah.
Horns
There
are
we
going
go.
off.
Everybody's moving. We're seeing that slow and steady acceleration of the Tier 4 going on.
And in last place is the Wyoming.
I mean, not surprising, though. Watch that pack on the green side of Nelson, Patton, Vonderton, and McGee. They're all kind of clustered up there, and that's going to lead to Patton and Vonderton might get pinched there.
Vonderton's going to get squeezed out right here. But what might be interesting is if McGee also gets slowed down as a result. And these guys actually might slow each other down for quite a while.
Yeah.
Nope, they bounced.
Now, disadvantage I will say for poor old Mr. Wyoming is that he's going to have every enemy ship's secondaries on him at one point.
That is
That
true.
makes it through.
Well, the elimination or the opposition might get cleared out a little bit as they're
True.
heading on in.
True, we'll see. Look, I mean, both teams are making full speed in down through the island that they need to wrap around. Looks like green team might be a little bit ahead of red team. Maybe a slightly better start there.
It's a possibility.
Yeah, maybe.
So, Zap, I have to ask, what would your strategy be? Would you wait at the back of these first packs? Because it's just going to be such a cluster here, and you can already see it. Look at red team.
Yep. Yep. So I've, like I said,
people shoving them onto the islands here.
Yeah.
From doing this before, the best place to be is in the back. So Jimu in the Isuzuchi is in perfect position because he's got plenty of room to maneuver. Redneck and Devil Dog are okay as well. But here comes the first corner, and let's see how they take this turn here.
That's some interesting turning we're seeing on both of them.
Yeah,
you can see how the plans.
The Isuzuchi is much longer.
Yep.
So he has got the inner side, so he's forcing Devil Dog out wide. Leopard making a really nice tight turn there.
Yeah.
Chat's asking, wait, what if the Wyoming is so slow he caps by accident and ends the game?
Ooh.
I think the mods tested this, and even if all three caps get hit, the game will end before that time.
Well, that's good. So looking over at green team, we're going to call it, Patton building an early lead, and now he's actually in a really nice spot because he's got that inner line, and Grant Nelson and Demos are kind of right next to each other, which is going to slow them down when they bump. So Patton's in a really strong spot, though that will lead to him having to face the enemy team first.
Yeah, which he doesn't want to do. So we might see him actually slow down once he reaches the enemy team. As looks like McGee overturned a little bit. That's going to cost him some precious seconds as he now has to correct himself to get back in. So speed is one thing, but accuracy is another.
Like Leopard is pulling out an early lead over on red team as well.
He is building that lead. Looks like red team's a little bit behind green team's first people. So we'll have to see. I mean, this is still going to be anyone's game for a while because it's really going to come down to what happens in the midpoint.
That's right. Let's switch to the map view, and you guys can kind of get an idea of where they're at. And that poor Wyoming just coming around the first island.
I mean, we said, it may It may work out to his advantage. It may not. Like, I mean, realistically, there's only 7 in this game on each team. So he may go through by just sheer virtue of one of his other teammates dies. And then
That's true.
I don't know, Beer, if I might be putting you on the spot here, what's the procedure if you have less than 6 make it to the finish line? Furthest forward?
Question.
Closest
I
to
don't know,
finishing?
because I think it's definitely within the parameters to just put less than the 12 through. But we'll see what JD and Pink say. They're the official
You
referees.
got plenty of options. You could put less through. You could put furthest travel through, longest alive through. You got options.
Mm.
I'm impressed with these Isuzukis. They're hanging tight with the rest of the Mulkeys pretty well.
Yeah, they are. I mean,
Good,
Leopard is he's holding a nice lead there, and as I look at the green side, as they start to round that island, Patton has built out a lead, and you see a lot of drafting style running over here on the green team. They're all in that nice little line that if this was real life would mean really good air resistance values.
Mm-hmm. For those of you guys on my stream, I'm starting Stream Raiders in the background.
Oh, that's a good point. I should do that soon as well.
Yeah, so if you hear a whole bunch of people dying, that's what it is.
I just turned off my overlay sound so they're not hearing the follows or the raids.
See, I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're seeing the team cut through, so the cap is going to be taken for the moment. And green team has the narrow lead by about 1.5 seconds.
Synchronized capping. I love this.
Mm-hmm. That Wyoming, oh man. It's just falling so far behind.
Todd Templar says, I don't want to die.
So
All right,
now,
well-
here comes, we're about to start to see the first of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that Wyoming actually might really affect red team, because I'm thinking that Wyoming is going to be at that spot between the islands.
Look at what's
Outside
happened to the
A.
red team. Look at the red team. They're almost in a full, like, Jutland style line. This is cool.
This is like an actual line of battle.
Yeah.
You know, Wargaming teaches us all terrible actual military tactics because, you know, crossing the T was always the right thing to do.
Yep.
But
And the same
No.
thing is happening on the green team as well, except for the Wyoming, of course.
I have to wonder how much of that is speed flag and how much of that is just maneuverability and, like, who took better turns around an island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. We're about to start seeing secondaries open up in the fairly near future.
Yep.
But I genuinely think the Wyoming is going to actually cause problems for the red team, because I think he's going to be between the islands right outside of A or at the bottom of that island on the tight turn when we start to see the red team get there, which is going to mean red team's going to have to deal with, oh crud, I'm in front. I don't want to get rammed by a Wyoming.
Now look at the way the path works. These guys are going to go right past each other. So if I'm Patton, like I said, if I'm Patton, I'm going to slow down, and I'm going to let somebody else take the head.
You want to yeah, he wants to let Deimos he wants to let Deimos stay on the inside, because that keeps Patton protected from the entire battle line. If he does that. I mean, right now as Patton speeds up, Patton's just going to take everything. And here the shots are.
I have some important news. Everybody on the green team has a speed flag except for one. Guess who that is?
The Wyoming.
Yes.
Well, we're seeing the shots coming out. It'll be really interesting if these ships pass each other. Here we go.
Hot
Looks like
Moltke
Patton
on
and
Moltke
Deimos are
action.
taking a longer line.
I have to assume the red team might be coordinating, because it looks like the secondaries and Leopard are all going towards Patton.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they're like, you know, we're just going to knock out Patton. I mean, I don't think it's going to be enough, but
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, he is taking a fair amount of damage, but he's almost all the way through. There's the DCP.
Yep. Leopard is now trying to heal through the fires.
Everybody Everybody wants that money, so no one wants to go for the ram.
Nope.
Exactly. Like I said, but look at where that Wyoming is. That Wyoming's going to make this very interesting. He has the ability to deny somebody on the red team if he wants.
That's true. He could totally just play spoiler and smash into one of them. That's about all he can do, really, to input this race at this point.
Yeah, like I feel...
I'm trying to do mental math here. We are short. This is about half capacity for what we were expecting of people signing up. If it was full capacity, I think we definitely would have seen some ships going down, because Patton's almost going to be half with all these fires kicking off here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
It would have
There's
been
a second
interesting.
DCP.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Ben Penn Jr. Great play on a classic TV show.
All right, here comes the Wyoming.
Yeah, so leopards and gooseneck now have to be very careful, along with that great name, redneck tuba.
I mean, all of them really have to be careful, because if they come around that corner at the wrong angle, and Texans just happens to be at the right angle, this can be good.
This will be interesting. This will be very interesting to see how this is going to work out. There come the shells. I do think, unfortunately, the Wyoming's the most likely to go down. So you can see all of them trying to stay as far away from the Wyoming as possible. Keep an eye on that Ishizuchi Moltka at the back with the two STWN clanmates, like bumping into each other a couple of times here.
Yep, and you're absolutely right. So the thing is that everybody can just shoot Texan. There's no place else for secondaries to go. So even if they're not focusing on the Wyoming, the secondaries are automatically going to focus on him anyways.
Yep. Wait, this will be this possible spot for the ram.
Yeah, assuming Texan's going to take it, and he's not.
But he's turning in. Yeah, no, he's not going to take it.
No, he's not turning in enough.
Yeah.
Sadness.
Yeah, I was very excited for the possibility.
Devil Dog
of a ram.
beached. Devil Dog cut the corner too deep. Nope. That was Texan's possible. That was his opportunity right there. He could have got the ram off.
So now it just becomes a speed race at this point. And a reminder, I mean, you can see this becomes a really big challenge for Devil Dog to make up that space. He's got the speed on the Ishizuchi, but he's got to get around him at some point here. So he's got to be really tight on driving for red team.
That's right. For green team, everybody just... I mean, they could just hit W and tab out and do something else for a little bit of time, because there's really no competition. The Wyoming is automatically in last place. So,
yeah,
you know, really the heat is on what happens in red here. And I don't see it. I don't see that, what is it, 0.4 not difference in speed. I just don't see that being enough for Devil Dog, especially after he crashed into the island there, coming around that corner.
It really depends on how good an angle he gets on this turn up here, because they've got that last loop around this island and then the ram straight on in. So it really comes down to, does Jimu beach? And if I'm Devil Dog, I might try to like crash him into it.
Well, 100%, absolutely. And I'm surprised that did not happen coming around the corner, because that was both people's opportunity to try to force the opposite, their opponent out.
Yeah.
So
I think with it being battleships and tier 4 as well, you lose a little bit of that maneuverability and a little bit of that surprise element. So that's probably why we didn't see as many of those.
Yeah, that is true. And here's where Brisk actually might work for a bit. Like if Devil Dog has Brisk, he's not spotted right now. Ishizuchi is. And I don't know.
Or here's where the Wyoming acts like a spoiler again, because being in the middle, he detects the enemy ships.
Yeah. Okay, and looks like, here we go. Leopard has crashed the island, so Leopard is going through. Gooseneck close on his tail.
Yep.
On the other side, Patton is going a little bit wide on the island, but Patton and Demos are going to go through. And then Grant coming in third. I mean, green team we already knew. It's really just, does the Moltka of Devil Dog manage to catch this Ishizuchi? And I don't think he's going to.
Right. So a very exciting first race.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely. I mean, I'm sad we did not see Ram, but it was definitely exciting race. Though, my goodness, these take a long time. Thankfully, battleships are over, and cruisers and DDs will be quicker.
I'm glad you guys used riposte instead of like one of the massive maps.
Oh yes.
Okay, here
As
we go,
watch
Devil
in
Dog.
here-
I mean that's it for Devil Dog. He's out. He might as well turn the ship around and just go sink the Wyoming.
Mhm. What's that I hear? It's John Cena's music. No.
Da, 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 da.
Devil Dog just suddenly teleports in front of Jimu.
Oh my god. So how many more of these are we watching, Beer?
We're gonna have the cruiser race, and then we will
Okay.
have a destroyer race, and then we'll have the final event. That'll be the end. Actually, I think
Do we have
because
another set of battleships or no?
yeah, we will have one more set of battleships.
That's what I was thinking, right? Because there's so
Yep.
many people joining in.
Yeah.
Oh, now look at this. Shrug technically
Wait,
is
did
not touching
Shrug-
the island.
Yeah, did Shrug is I think Devil Dog actually gets it there.
No,
Shrug,
because Shrug touched the
didn't
island
touch the
first.
island though. Did he touch the island?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Did Shrug touch the island? I hope your moderators were watching, because I honestly wasn't. I'd have to go back and look at chat, but I mean, if he didn't touch the island, Devil Dog goes through.
Meanwhile, old Texan.
I mean, I think we can safely
Uh.
end this one.
Yeah,
But-
the mods are paying attention to that, and they'll end it here shortly.
So I do wonder what with Shrug. I didn't watch chat. Did you see? Did Shrug touch that island?
That's a good question for Chad on my side as well. And Duckman, who is this guy? This is Mini Hannibal and Hold My Beer that you are listening to along with me. And we are, what WTF is going on? Type exclamation point COTC in chat. You'll see exactly what this is. This is Fun Night for Clash of the Classes.
Mm-hmm. And it is a very fun time.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I think Shrug is not going forward. So I'm assuming he has thought he finished. So are we waiting for?
Yeah, I think they called it with Leopard, Goose, Redneck, Luke, Shrug, and Jimu.
Okay, so what we expected. So I think you and I can exit to port. Wyoming's not going to finish, sadly.
Oh,
Yep,
there it
there we
is.
go. There's the
Just
call.
up there.
Well, congratulations to our people who went through. Congratulations. Definitely interesting. I'm hoping we have the full 12 for the second set, though.
Yeah, I imagine that'll be the case. They might even do an audible, and the two guys who lost, if they have 2 spots, they might pull them in. We'll see.
Get a second chance luck.
Yeah.
Wow.